Hello, everybody, and welcome to Liquid Media Group's channel. Just want to let you guys know what we're going to be doing here. We're going to be running through company updates, industry updates, answering any questions you guys got for us. If you have any at any time, don't be afraid to send them over. And of course, introducing members of the team. So who better to kick us off for video number one than Ronald Thomson, CEO of Liquid Media Group. Ronald, how are you holding up over there?
I'm great, Michael. How are you? Nice to meet you, and wonderful to be on this video.
Nice to meet you too. Glad to have you here. And I really feel like the best way to kick this off would be to paint a picture of yourself a little bit. Tell us about some of your past experiences. You've been a founder, COO, president, managing director. Talk about those a little bit and tell me about what really motivates you as a businessman.
Okay, great. I have been in the media, entertainment, and tech business for the last 30 some odd years. I don't want to date myself too much. For the last 23 of those, I've been running my own company called Thomson Group, which is a biz dev and financing company, a global business for the media industry at large. We've worked with everything from major studios and media groups and telco providers to production companies, advertising platforms, video technology, audio technology companies right across the board. And it's always about helping them grow and finance that growth and grow bigger than the limitations of their people, their infrastructure, their Rolodex, and resources to get them there. And so it's all, what I've done for the past 23 years is with my team, which is a global team in 5 offices around the world. We have been an adjunct to really, as a sort of a gapware to help companies grow and to be successful. And so I've actually ended up having to run many of our clients' companies, whether that's as interim CEO, whether that's with a whole team that we take over sort of the biz dev corporate development function, corporate finance, the numbers, the execution, sales, senior marketing. And so deal making, it's been a major learning curve for a lot of companies to understand that there is a sort of a third party independent group with expertise and connectivity to help them grow. And so that's what I've been busy with, and it's been fantastic. And a year ago, I got approached by Liquid Media, who was in the throes of trying to transition away from a sort of a focus on pure play kind of games and gaming to a more holistic media value proposition, which they hadn't really figured out yet. And so I took stock of it. I brought on one of my key people to assist me with the modeling of what could be a new value proposition for us to become a business solutions company for the independent film and television community. And so that's what we've done. We crafted that business idea. It's a big idea. It's a beacon for our industry. It's something where we've said, it's not important for us to be movie producers or moguls. We don't need to sort of put our name on everything in terms of, we're all executive producers. We don't, there's no ego here. It's all about supporting our industry, providing an essential, underserved piece of the value chain, which is really being a business partner to help creatives, and those are independent production companies for television or for films or other types of video content, and really help them essentially take their content idea, help them formulate it past an idea, but to get it financed, to get it manufactured and monetized at scale over and over and over again. And that's really what our big idea is here. And I think as a result, we are being perceived by the industry very well. It's been very well received. And also we're being perceived as a kind of an adjunct, or if you like, a kind of an alternative to the traditional studio model, but for independents, because independents lack that kind of structure, that they lack a net. There's no net. Who do they go to when they have to package their content in a way that a financier can get comfortable with, that they can manufacture in a way that they're on time, on budget, and they can utilize all sort of the latest best practices and technologies and the cloud and blockchain and best all sort of the current technology and procedures? And then how can they, have a more accountable, more control in the monetization, which helps them sort of tip the scale of the economics away from this sort of reliance on the streamers like, Netflix and Amazon and everybody else, where, it's all about them simply saying, look, we're sure we'll license your show, or we'll license your film. We'll give you a big check, and thanks very much. We're going to own the rights for that in perpetuity. And thank you very much. Essentially, you're an employee for hire. And so our job at Liquid is to put the control back in their hands, some of the economics back in their hands, so that, it helps them get comfortable with the idea, like, why did I get involved in this business? Just to be an employee for one of the streamers? No, I did it because I wanted to build, to create a wonderful intellectual property, to be able to monetize that, to be able to own rights, to be able to build a catalog, to be able to exploit it across all kinds of different avenues and mediums and different types of opportunities. And this is what this does. And content creators used to have more of that in the old days, but our industry has evolved. It's transitioned from analog to digital to streaming media to over the top to where we are today, which is facing Web3, which is the contextual web, the blockchain. And that's, if you're a producer, if you're a production company, if you're a mini major, if you're a distributor, what does that mean to you? How do you stay in business? How do you grow? How do you motivate yourself? And so I think having that structured approach is, I think, essential. And we have a 4-stage business engine that we've laid out that gives them that confidence that we can provide them a helping hand from beginning to end.
Well, Ron, I really want to get into that 4-stage process. I really want to do a deep dive on, say, the next video. Let's walk through the health of the stock. Let's walk through paths to revenue. Let's get into all the high level stuff. But for this one, let's cap it off. So we just missed your 1-year anniversary there, right? Let's say now it's time of recording. It's February 2nd, 2022. You were on in January 2021. How have you liked it so far?
It's been fascinating. Very enjoyable. It's been challenging, of course, because we've taken really a company without any kind of a cohesiveness, and we've created structure and a big idea. I've been staffing it up and adding key people to the business step by step. It's been very exciting. It's been exciting to unveil the business back in September at the Toronto Film Festival to our industry, and that was made some noise about it. And actually, it was received extremely well. I don't think any of us anticipated that the demand was going to be as strong as we have realized it to be in the past several months since we unveiled it at the Toronto Film Festival. So it's been fantastic. It's been tiring. And, I'm an entrepreneur. And I have a team of entrepreneurs and that follow me. And so I tend to install a lot of my own people who are tried and tested and are proven, and I know what they're capable of. And there's an enormous amount of trust and respect in that equation. And so I have a phenomenal team. I mean, I have the best people in the business, and I just keep adding step by step, strategically, not all at once, because we're a small company and our resources are there, but they're limited, and so we need to work within our means and to do things carefully. So we're being very systematic about it. We're being very adult about building our company. I guess the word is mature, but that's probably a bit of a boring term. But I found it to be fantastic. I've met some interesting characters along the way. And we're just beginning. We've announced 2 of our 4 acquisitions that have now closed. And so we have 2 phenomenal companies that we own and operate. One is called IndieFlix, based in Seattle, and one is called iGems, based in Los Angeles. And we have 2 more that we're in the throes of closing now. And many more to come as we start to grow this thing and start to tie it together. And we're starting to bring our first customers in to our value chain as well. So it's an amazingly exciting time.
Yeah. I would say, I'm speaking of the virtues of being a CEO. You mentioned one of the best things is building a great team. You'll often hear people say, I want to be surrounded by people smarter than me in what they do significantly. So give me the best. And that seems to be what you did here. And like you said, you called them all entrepreneurs as well. You guys all go into this with vision, which is great to hear. And we'd love to have some of those people on as well if you want to bring them on at some point. But I
Oh, yeah,
guess wrapping things up, you did a great job introing the business, did an amazing job talking about yourself and your past experiences, what it is you really bring to the table here. But if anyone has any questions about it, don't be afraid to send them over to us. Once again, we're here to answer your guys' questions. And for the next video, we will dive deeper into the business. So if you have any questions about that, you want to get in before we film that, shoot those over to us as well. But for now, Ron, do you have any closing words for people before we go?
keep an eye on us. Lots going on, lots of news, lots of things coming down the pike. So stay tuned.
Fantastic. Well, Ronald, thank you again for your time today. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Mike.